It is finally time to shut down this 4-foot mixed reef aquarium. Welcome to Treasure Corals, and today I want to document the state of my water box 4-footer here. This has been running for I think at least a year, maybe a little bit more, and the reason I'm shutting it down is because all of these corals and especially fish are going to my big system. So if you've looked at my recent videos, you can see that I'm setting up a monster of a tank. It's going to be 300 gallons water volume. It's a 7-foot, just a little bit over 7 feet aquarium, and yeah, I'm gonna be stocking it. I'm gonna be stocking it with a lot of fish that I've moved out of my 5-footer, and they have been sitting in this tank for the past, I want to say, at least a few weeks, but this tank actually has been running for over a year, and right now I'm shooting everything with no filter. So what you see is kind of a 10K light, and you can see just by looking at the colors of the fish that everything looks very natural. And in today's video I just want to document the state of my coral, the state of the fish, also talk about which fish are going to the big system and which ones are not. So my first conundrum was what do I want to do with my absolute favorite fish, and that is the powder blue. As anybody who's been watching my channel for a while know, there's a little bit of ick on his left fin. So powder blue is my absolute favorite fish, bar none. He is one of the reasons I kind of got into the hobby in the first place. And this fish is tricky, but I love them so much that I actually have them in 2 different tanks. So I have this one here, and then I have, this is not the one that I took out of my 5-footer. The 5-footer is sitting in another temporary tank that will also be coming down. So for a while I was thinking of actually doing a tank with 2 powder blues, but so far everything that I read on the subject says that it's not a good idea, even if your tank is quite large. So I might do the second best thing, which is I'm probably going to try and catch my powder brown and also have to have both powder blue and powder brown in the same system. So this I think I will be able to get away with. So I know my friend Felix was able to do it, and I think I'm gonna try to do that. So powder blue, this particular one is a little bit more timid than the other one. The other one was actually not being as well behaved. So I think this one is gonna go into the large system, and and hopefully he's gonna be fine with the powder brown. And the other powder blue is going to go back into the farm, so he's going to be there. The other fish that I really am excited on bringing into my large system is going to be this whitetail bristlenose. He is one of my absolute favorite fish. Yeah, for some reason it's a little bit on the darker side. I don't know why. He was a little bit more red, but maybe bringing him into a bigger tank, maybe changing the diet a little bit will change things up. If you think I can bring out the coloration a little bit more, please let me know, and I'm always happy to learn. So all the other fish I think are gonna go into the tank, especially the anthias. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about this blue throat trigger. It's one of my absolute favorite fish. And yeah, I may have some issues with the shrimp, but I love this guy so much. He's definitely going into the tank. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this single clown, because the system there I think can actually handle more than one island with anemones, and I've got a few thoughts on this, so I'll be doing something there. But this guy probably is just going to go into the farm for now. I don't really know. I'll decide it later on. The angel definitely is going in. Absolutely lovely color. on this guy, and obviously my absolute favorite fish. So another reason I got into the hobby is this Royal Grama. Couldn't recommend it high enough. It's definitely one of my absolute favorite fish. Now the fish that is not gonna go into the tank is gonna be this sailfin. I think that this sailfin is awesome. It's a regular sailfin, but my goal is to bring it into the farm, and in the farm I have this beautiful Teardown sailfin that I'm thinking of putting in the big tank. So we're gonna do that little switcheroo there. So that is the plans for my tank. Now, for anybody who's kind of interested in why am I bringing so many fish, it's actually going to be twice as many because I'm going to bring some from the other tank as well. I'm consolidating things, but because I'm going to be reusing the same rock, the same filter media, there's tons of filter media that I'm just going to be yanking out of this system and bringing it there. I consider the tank cycled, and I don't foresee any issues with the ammonia and all of that good stuff. So that's the plan. Now, one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to bring any of the SPS corals. It's only going to be softies and maybe some monties, but the SPS I'm going to take a little bit of time and I'm going to gradually introduce them because those are the most sensitive ones. And so same for the torches. I think I'm going to hold on to the torches here for a while, let everything settle, and only then it's going to go in. So that's the plan. This is probably, well, this is pretty amazing if you think about it. This SPS system is looking really awesome. Corals, like the coloration looks pretty good in my opinion. Here's Marvin the Martian, one of my absolute favorite corals right there. So, like I said, there's no filter. Everything that you see here is pretty much the real colors. Now, for posterity's sake, I think I'm going to now switch the lights to blue, and I'm going to put on the orange filter just so we can get a little bit of extra eye candy in this video. Okay, is that better? Is it more awesome? Let me know what you think. I think it is. It's definitely a little bit more of a striking look right there, and yeah, this is pretty awesome the way it looks right now. So just a little bit darker, a little bit more fluorescence. I think the capture of the camera is pretty good, and this is kind of what my eyes see. So this is the tank now, with the just a tint of an orange filter, and my camera is just shooting exactly what I'm seeing. So corals are looking great. Everybody is looking healthy. I can't. Whew, that startled me. That is the sound that you heard was the pump turning off. So I think I have it programmed when I'm shooting the blue video. The pump, the main pump that brings the water into the tank is off, and that is the sound that it makes. Anyways, I feel bittersweet seeing this tank come down. This was a lot of fun. For anybody who's kind of getting into the hobby and is thinking of going big, I think this is probably my absolute favorite size, the 4-footer, because 4-footer you can easily, just ask a buddy, and two people usually can just move things around, and you can bring it in, you can place it almost anywhere, it's easier to level, the whole 9 yards. So this is kind of the most pragmatic, the most practical size in my opinion. Now, I'm here not necessarily to make only pragmatic decisions, which as you can see I'm doing with my tank, but yeah, pretty much anything that you want to try, I think you can do it with this 4-footer. You can have tangs in here, you can have enough room for the fish to swim, you won't go bankrupt with corals. So speaking of going bankrupt, I'm stocking the tank with only my own coral. I'm not planning to buy a single new coral for the foreseeable future. I think I have more than enough to fully stock it. Otherwise, that's something I would certainly find very painful. So overall, very happy with the tank. It certainly brought me a lot of interesting experiences, and I can't wait to see a lot of these corals in my new tank over the next coming months. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed already, do so. And I try to post these videos regularly, at least once a week. And you will be tagging along for the journey, and hopefully you will learn from my personal experience. I don't always do things successfully. A lot of times I do things not necessarily in the best possible way, but I hope that people learn from whatever I do, and hopefully we all propel this hobby further. All right, peace out.